This horrible Texas mom is on the run and wanted by the police for allegedly leaving her 3 children abandoned at home for nearly 2 months. The children was 14, 12, and 3. They were found in deplorable conditions with very little food. There was no food in the house. The mother, as shown here, has been identified as Raven Yates. She's accused of leaving them in the house since late September. There had been an arrest warrant out for her arrest since December. The 12-year-old never told anyone because she was threatened with what might happen to her 3-year-old little brother. Both the children have different fathers. The 12-year-old was afraid that her father was going to take her and leave her little brother by himself. So out of fear, she would just call her father and tell him that her mother was working late and that they were hungry, and like the father he was, he would send food to the house so the children can eat. The father is a music producer in California, and he called the police once some family members spotted Yates in Mobile, Alabama, where she's from, without her kids. When he got a call from his ex-mother-in-law, he put 2 and 2 together, and as the responsible father he is, he caught the first flight out to his daughter to rescue her. The children were said to be living in deplorable conditions, with the 14-year-old running away. The 12-year-old stayed behind to protect their 3-year-old little brother. All 3 children are now safe and living with another family member.
Authorities in Montgomery County are searching for a mother who's accused of leaving her 2 young children home alone for nearly 2 months. Fox 26's Sherman DeSalle found that mother and shares their interesting exchange.
Yes, I did speak with her briefly. She said through text that she hired a nanny, but police say that there was no evidence that anyone was here to take care of these children.
Our officer looked at the bedrooms, like of a 3-year-old, it wasn't the best condition. It smelled like urine.
Some of the details police found inside of this home in the Roman Forest neighborhood are shocking. On November 14th, a man called the Roman Forest Police Department and said his 12-year-old daughter had been home alone with her 3-year-old brother since September 28th. Most of the time without food or medical supplies. The father, who lives in California, believes the children's mother, Raven Yates, abandoned them. Weeks before, he didn't suspect anything.
The father had been contacted later on, saying that the mother was at work and stuff like that, and asked if he'd send food, and it didn't arouse any suspicion to him that, he just figured she was working, so he'd do food by app.
But it was when the father was contacted by Raven's mother in Mobile, Alabama. Police say the mother spotted Raven in town without the children. The 12-year-old then told her father they were indeed alone.
And the 12-year-old said, yeah, September 28th, her mom had left and she'd be back by Thanksgiving.
But Raven has not been back. Police here and in Mobile have been searching for the woman, but she has not returned to the home or returned their calls. She has, however, been very active on social media. She considers herself an entrepreneur and aspiring entertainer. I reached out to Raven via text, where her first reply was, "He's trying to kill me," referring to the father of her children and ex-husband. When asked about the kids being left alone, she says, quote, "I hired a nanny while I was away. My dad is on life support. I had to take care of him too." Police say the father flew in from California to be with the children who were not registered in school. Raven faces counts of abandonment and child endangerment, a felony. Despite our messages and her post, police are still searching for the woman for answers on why these children were left alone.
We've got a lot of messages we haven't gone through yet, so we're hoping that some of these messages might actually be somebody that actually knows her.
Well, the good news is that the 12-year-old and 3-year-old are okay. They're safe, and they're with the grandmother in Mobile, along with their 14-year-old sibling. Reporting from the Roman Forest area, Sherman DeSalle, Fox 26 News.